What we've got here is a sample of a cross halving that's actually finished, and what we want to do is reproduce exactly what we've got here. We've got two sides or two ends here that have cut halfway down the piece of timber, and basically once we've cut that, they should close together like that and make a nice even cross halving. So what we have here now is a piece of timber. What we're going to do is measure halfway and then measure 10 mil either side of that, and then using a tri-square we will then run a line exactly over that line. Now you don't want to go over it, and just run it through. Same on the other side, run it through, and then what you want to do is mark the lines on the top, making sure that the lines match the ones on the side, and just carefully run it through, and we do exactly the same on the other side as well. Marking it and just running those two lines through. What we have to do now is get a marking gauge, and we want to come halfway down into the timber, so we need to mark it and adjust it to the 35 mil. Once we've got that 35 mil, we use and just check that 35 mil, make sure it is, tighten it up, and then just place the marking gauge hard up against the side of the timber. Place your forefinger up against the stock and your finger or your thumb behind the pin, and draw across those two lines and not to go past. Just hold it firmly and just draw it across, making sure that's reasonably deep in there, and then just get a pencil, just run it through the groove so you can actually see, and do the same thing on the other side. Once you've marked those two lines, place the timber in the vise, and just using a tenon saw, just start from the corner and gradually work down along the line, making sure you don't go past that line, and just relax as you saw, and just take it easy. When you get close to the line at the bottom there, just make sure that you don't go past it. Then on the other side of the timber, you can do the same thing, right to the line. Just be very careful you don't go past it, as you can see there. And then using a chisel, just a chisel that's slightly smaller than the width of those two cuts there, and just give it a slight knock, and it should just come out. And notice that it's exactly to the line. Now you need to clean that so it's nice and smooth, that there's no bumps there, and that it's nice and flat. Just get a chisel and pare it out gently, not all the way through, only about halfway, and then take it out of the vise and do the same thing on the other side. Just make sure you don't go past that bottom line there as you pare away. Any little bits on the edge there, just use the chisel and just chop them off. Make sure the corners are nice and clean without any bits of timber there. And that's one side done. Once you've done the two halves, you simply put them together like that, and that's a finished cross halving on edge. And we're just going to make sure that it's square, and yes it is, it's nice and square, and that's the finished cross halving.